Let's talk about booze. Let's get back to one company on the move this morning. Diageo's first half profit beat estimates after the distiller cut costs and took measures to improve profitability. Let's get more from the man at the top of the company, the man in charge. Pleased to bring to you the CEO, Ivan Menezes, and he joins me now from London. Ivan, always good to have you here. And I'm sure over the last couple of hours, all anybody has asked you about is China, cutting down on extravagant spending. You tell me, Ivan, when can we expect this issue to really bottom out?
Well, first let me put it in context. Mainland China is only 1% of our business. That trend is, I do see it bottoming out, but the consumer market in China is still strong, right? Even at GDP growth of 6-7% and urbanization, China is good. But overall, I think Diageo's performance in this half shows our resilience. The momentum is getting better in 2/3 of the emerging markets. The developed world is strong. And in China, our Diageo business, where we took a big correction last year, is now back into growth. And we're introducing new products like this Haig Club, a single grain whiskey, which is off to a very good start.
Ivan, we talk about anti-extravagance rules and we talk about this rising middle class and how much money they will spend. How much luck, how much success are you having with lower price spirits? Is that an area that can really grow for you?
One of the strengths of Diageo is we have this wide portfolio of products, from entry-level price points to $3,000 bottles of Johnnie Walker that we sell in the Johnnie Walker houses in China. And we have the ability to flex as economic conditions and the emerging market middle class comes through. So, for example, in China right now, we have introduced in the Shui Jing Fang brand, our Diageo business, a new product at a lower price point, which is off to a very good start. So the consumer shifts and dynamics with economic growth and the ups and downs, we have the resilience in our portfolio and our innovation capability to take advantage of these opportunities. Mexico is another good example. Traditionally a very high-end Scotch market. As the economy slowed there the last couple of years, we've had tremendous success with brands like Black and White Scotch whisky and Johnnie Walker Red Label as consumers look for more affordable price points.
Ivan, let's pull it away from emerging markets and talk about a drink a little bit closer to home. Let's talk about Guinness. The turnaround in the Guinness business, how is that going? What proof do you have that it is turning around? And can we explore potentially the possibility that you do eventually sell this business?
Our beer business is 20% of Diageo, and it's core to Diageo. In the results we've just announced, I'm very pleased to see the improving momentum in our beer business. It grew about 2.5% in the half. In Africa, our beer business was up 5%. Now, the core, one of the great opportunities for Diageo in the next decade is our position in Africa and what that represents. You've got 6 or 7 of the fastest growing economies there. You've got a very young demographic coming through. You've got under penetration of beer and spirits. And the beer business for Diageo, as you know, we have a strong position in Africa. This is a real strength for the company. So beer is core to us. We don't keep it out of sentiment. It is strategically very important and is a big lever of growth and value creation over the next decade.
Ivan, I love having you on because we get to do a tour of the world and we get to do a tour of all the various drinks. We've done Guinness. Let's do US vodka. You used to run that business, or at least oversee it in North America. What is happening with the vodka business over in the US? Is there a little bit of a struggle, and do you expect a turnaround there?
Yeah, firstly, the overall US spirits market is very healthy, right? The demographics are good. Spirits is growing faster than beer, and people are trading up, drinking better. Within that, we have a very well-balanced portfolio across vodka, whiskey, Scotch, North American whiskey, tequila, gin, rum, across the board with strong brands. Vodka has become more competitive in the last couple of years. However, we've got a good portfolio from Ciroc vodka at the high end, and that brand grew 20-some% in the half, to Smirnoff, which has been in the middle of the market, where we have struggled more in the last 18 months. I'm pleased to see, though, the efforts we're putting behind Smirnoff are beginning to show green shoots. In the last few months, we're improving market share on Smirnoff. So there's no doubt vodka has gotten much more competitive. There have been too many brands, too many flavors. It's going to shake out. It's still very important. That sector is not going away. And also, these trends go through cycles. And I think the strength of our company and our portfolio there is we'll ride them out. And we've got a very strong leadership position in vodka with Ciroc, Kettle One, and Smirnoff. And I'm confident. For Diageo in the first half, vodka grew 4%. So we had good growth in vodka across the board.
Ivan, as that becomes a little bit more competitive, is that a space we could see some consolidation?
I think certainly from our standpoint, we will always look for opportunities to add brands that we believe will be accretive and offer good margin and growth potential. But by and large, I'd say we feel confident about our U.S. spirits position. We're always on the lookout. We are doing a lot of innovation, including new-to-the-world brands. And I think you can expect us to continue to do that. And we have the balance sheet to be acquisitive for the right opportunities. But we have got the strength today where organic growth of the existing portfolio and through innovation is what I feel confident we can deliver.
I've got to follow up on that just quickly, Ivan. The vodka business, then, is that somewhere that Diageo potentially could be looking at acquisitions specifically within the business?
I'd say unlikely. We feel very good about our vodka participation. And when you look at today, Ciroc is one of the leading global ultra-premium vodka brands. Right here in the UK, this business has doubled in the last year. It's extraordinary. You look at all the leading nightclubs around the world, you're going to find Ciroc. So we're very good at the high end. Kettle One is a great craft vodka. It's got a phenomenal following with bartenders and vodka advocates around the world. It's strong in the US, early days around the world. Another great brand. And Smirnoff is a global leader. And we're talking about the challenges in the US, but Smirnoff is growing double-digit in Brazil, in South Africa, in India. I mean, we've got a lot of emerging market potential to grow Smirnoff, because vodka in many markets is still very early in the penetration curve. So the total Diageo portfolio, I think, is quite complete, and I would not anticipate more acquisitions in vodka.
Ivan, my very final question for you. We cannot let you come on Bloomberg TV without talking about Johnnie Walker Blue. Needless to say, I was in Davos last week and my whiskey got that little bit more expensive in Switzerland. As you look at the currency swings around the world, is there something you've got to do on pricing, given that some of these swings have been so wild?
Well, that Johnnie Walker Blue was worth every Swiss franc or euro he paid for it, even if it was 20 or 30% more in euros. See, the great thing about Scotch whisky and Johnnie Walker in particular is these are rare liquids. These are brands that are highly desired. In many cases, we are constrained in supply on some of our Scotch whiskies. So I expect us, in times of currency volatility, we will retain our pricing discipline. We've got to recover the cost. And when you look at volatile countries where currencies are depreciating, Johnnie Walker is often the best reservoir where people put their money. And so we will price in dollars in hard currency in the emerging markets as we go through volatility. We've done this before. And this is really a testament to the strength of the brand and the category. And Johnnie Walker Blue Label in particular, I believe, is in very good shape around the world. And we've got a lot more consumers around the world, not just in Davos, aspiring to enjoy this fantastic brand.
Ivan, the best reservoir to put your money. We're going to leave it there. Always a pleasure, a privilege to have you on the show. Diageo CEO Ivan Menezes, thank you very much for joining us this morning.